Hello F11 members and welcome to the Fundamentals of Post-Production video tutorial for issue 21, the October 2013 edition. Now what I'd like to do today is introduce you to some of the other aspects of using Lightroom that you may not have considered. Up to now we've been very much focused on the raw processing capabilities of Lightroom, taking our raw images and converting them into a usable format. Now that's all well and good, but Lightroom is a very effective tool for managing your picture collection. And the thing is, once you've been taking pictures for several years productively, or in my case several decades, you tend to build up quite a collection of pictures. And those pictures really are not any good to you unless you can find them when you need them. And I have found Lightroom to be a very useful tool for doing that. For example, here's a picture of Perito Moreno Glacier. Now the thing is, Lightroom will only be able to find a picture if it's accurately captioned in the first place. So when I imported this image, well, in this particular case this was an image shot on film, so it would have been scanned and then imported into our library, and the caption information is here: Perito Moreno Glacier, Patagonia, Argentina. So I can use any of those words there to search for this picture. I can also use its name, its file name, or the keywords. Now the keywords have been added to help me find these pictures, and there's no getting away from it, unfortunately. Managing a picture library of many thousands of pictures is a big job, and the keywording itself is a job in itself. But once it's done, and it then makes your library so much more useful, because I can use any of these words to search for pictures. Let me show you a few examples then. Now I've been working on a feature for this month's eZine part 2 of the biz on using the cloud. So I want to use some pictures featuring clouds. So what I do is I click on text up here, the library filter, text, and I'm going to keep that to any searchable field, contains all, and I'm going to put in here cloud. And immediately Lightroom finds all the images in my entire library that feature the word cloud, either in the caption or the keywords, and there they all are. Quite a few images, because over the years I have photographed quite a few images which feature clouds. I can narrow that selection down should I want to by, for example, say I go cloud and sky, and it's going to narrow it down so that just getting through to the skyscapes here, which for this particular image or use I want. So at this point I would make a selection. Let's say, for example, I'm going to go for that one and that one, and maybe one of these twilight images here. Which one? Let's go for that one, okay, just for illustration's sake. So now what I want to do is make low-res copies of these images for inclusion in the eZine article. Now what we're looking at here is the library catalog, which is accessing the entire image collection, and these are all the master TIFFs, all the big image, high-resolution images. Clearly I don't want to use one of those, copy that high-resolution image for the eZine, because for web use we use relatively small pictures. So I'm going to go to export, and it asks me what I want to do. I want to export to a specific folder, and I'm going to choose that folder, and it's in my documents here. If I scroll down until I find the folder called, where's it gone, F11, there we go, and in here it's issue 21 and it's the biz, and there's a subfolder called cloud. Okay, so I'm going to click on that, select that folder. Do I want to put it in a subfolder? I could do, but in this case I won't. I do not want to rename the image, and in this case I'm exporting it as a JPEG, but the JPEG is maximum quality, 100% quality, because that's what F11 members deserve. Color space Adobe 98. And if I come down here now, it's asked me, do I want to resize the image? I do. The long edge needs to be 7 to 8 pixels wide. That is essentially the largest we can accommodate within the pages of the e-zine, and that's determined by the design of our website, by the way. And here we have the resolution is 72 pixels per inch, which is pretty much a standard for web use. Okay, sharpen for screen, and coming down here I do not want to watermark it, so I click that off and I click export, and it's going to make low resolution JPEGs, which, there we go, are ready to go into the e-zine. So let's just go through maybe a few other examples of how I could search for pictures. So okay, I'm now going to look at, say, another request has come in and a client wants some pictures of mountains, so I could just put in mountain, and up it comes with every image in the collection which features a mountain. Quite a few. Okay, so I could just, sometimes it's best just, you see, for example, it's included these pictures. They don't feature a mountain, but mountain biking is in the keywording, and so that's why they're coming up here. Say I wanted just French mountains, I could go mountain France, and here we go, it's narrowed down the selection further. In other words, you can, I use this so much, I can't underestimate it really, particularly when I'm doing stuff for the e-zine, because you know, I'm looking for pictures for all sorts of different reasons. So say for example I use a search function, just blue, and up comes all the images where they have blue somewhere in the keyword. It's a very, very useful facility, this. Here we have bluebells, blue skies, whatever, blue mosque in Istanbul. So that's thrown up probably too many alternatives. Another search, for example, would be discovery. And here we have discovery, down in a cave. How your pictures are keyworded, the better they're keyworded, the more useful this search function will be. Let's go for adventure and see what it throws up here. It's really quite useful to do this, and I really think that keywording your pictures accurately and captioning them seems like a lot of work at the time, but it helps you make much better use of your image collection. So that's the library mode in Lightroom, and it's very useful. Just a few other things that you may be interested in. If we look down here, you can actually link up your Lightroom to export directly to your social media sites. I don't tend to, but it's possible to do that. Okay, so in part 2 we'll be looking at some more fundamentals of post-production, but that's it for now. Thank you.